Happy Thursday, friends. Here we are. I'm Team Green today, apparently. Okay, so I just got back from doing my route, and that is when I listen to a lot of podcasts and I do personal development, and I had an aha today, and I want to share it with you as well. This is something that I know you guys struggle with because I hear it on the regular. I see it in your messages. It's real life. And I also, hey Karen, I catch myself saying these things all the time. So this serves as a really great reminder for all of us to recalibrate where we're at and to be intentional around what words we're using when it comes to our journeys. Okay. So I'm not asking you to feel any shame or guilt. I'm just asking you to gut check and start to pay attention to how you're talking to yourself about yourself and about your journey. So the two words that we all need to break up with once and for all is should and need. Should, stop shoulding all over the place. I say that a lot, right? Because I should do this. I should do that. I really should do that. Should comes from a place of guilt. We should in order to kind of propel ourselves into taking action, but it's based in guilt. And need is just soaked up in lack, right? Like I need to do that. I need to find time. I need to show up. I need to get up earlier. I need to use my Shakeology. I need to stop eating the Doritos. I need to do this. I need to go to bed earlier. Freaking need is based in lack. So need is based in lack, and should uses guilt to propel action. And they're never the emotions that we want to propel our journey because it doesn't feel good. And I'm not here to convince you to lie to yourself, but I'm here to convince you to take a step back and ask yourself what you're saying to yourself about yourself. Because the things that we say, the stories that we have, they serve a purpose. And oftentimes they keep us stuck. They serve a purpose. The story you're telling yourself that this is too hard, or it's for other people, or home workouts don't work, or you can't do that, or the nutrition is too complicated, or you're not in a place where you can go ahead and show up to your journey that way. That story, it doesn't serve you, but you're getting something out of it. Maybe you feel like it's your pass to kick the can down the road, or maybe you're trying to rationalize why it is too hard instead of being honest around what's actually holding you back. Maybe it's fear. Maybe it's overwhelm. Maybe it has been your history in the past where you are a chronic quitter, or you don't believe in yourself, or you just don't know what to do. And you can live in that place, but it won't change your outcome. And it won't make you feel good around where you're at today, right? So instead, I'm asking you to be more intentional around what you're saying to yourself and to start playing this game with me, because that's what this is. It's a game, right? You reconditioning the stuff you're telling yourself, you changing your story, you breaking up with self-limiting beliefs and stepping into that next level version of yourself that you already are and you already deserve to be. But it's scary. It's hard. It's going to take some change, and change is really uncomfortable, and most of us don't like change. So you need to rewire it. You need to sell it to yourself differently. You need to get clear around why this actually matters. And maybe the why you have isn't convincing enough. It's not enough to propel you to take the daily action. Maybe your why has been, I want to lose 20 pounds, or I really want to get back into those clothes. Is that enough to propel you? Is that enough to inspire you to show up when you don't feel like it? Because I hear it over and over. I just need to get motivated. I just need to get inspired. Just. We should break up with just as well, right? You guys, motivation is so not guaranteed. It's fleeting. I'm not motivated on all the days, but I made a decision and I made a commitment and I made a promise to myself, because my why is something that I revisit on the regular. So what is your why? Is it to feel good in your skin? Is it so that you'll have more energy to show up better? Is it so that if you show up today, it'll be easier tomorrow? Because it's true. I am a huge believer in momentum, not in motivation. There are days I force myself to go through the motions because I know it will propel me forward. It will get easier. If I have a non-negotiable, I'm going to show up to my journey because I am worth this effort, and I touch it every single day, not rock it, but I touch it, it seems easier for me to get forward momentum. And I sell myself on my own belief. Like, I believe in myself. I'm going to take the action. I might not be perfect today. I had ice cream and brownies last night. Whatever. I'm still here. This morning I woke up and my back hurt really bad. I had so many excuses that were legitimate. And I could have said, well, I've done enough. I'm just going to take a day off. But that won't sit right in my spirit because I've made myself a promise. And some of you just need to make yourself a promise. And then you need to take some daily freaking action so that promise becomes your reality. And then you get the momentum, right? So instead of showing up from this place of I need to, or I'm so behind, or I really should, or I just need to do it, instead of saying those things to yourself, I want you to actively auto-correct those words to desire, want, it's important, I deserve to, and I get to. It brings an entirely different energy to your journey, whatever area of your life that is. If it's your budget or your relationships or your daily movement or your nutrition or your sleep or your joy or your rest or your business. There's so many coaches in here, and I know that we all are like, I should, I need to, I have to. You don't have to do anything. You shouldn't be doing anything. You get to show up to your journey, whatever that means for you, because we all have different whys. We all have different things propelling us. And it's a mindset that we have to be conscious of, and we have to replug in on the regular. I need to do this all the time because I find myself slipping into that. I have to work my business. I have to get to the homeschooling. I need to do that. I really should set that up. And it's all in this place of ick and behind and lack and not enough, right? None of that feels good. So instead, I want you to actively rewire those words. And so that means when you're like, I should work out, instead you're going to say, I get to work out. Instead of, I need to pick up that book and finish it, I really want to finish that. I desire to check it off my box. And it sounds hokey, and some of you will roll your eyes, but I'm telling you that that will get you further along on your journey than strong arming it. And instead of it being this thing you have to do and boxes that you just need to check, instead you're going to start to find joy around it, and you're going to start to be proud around it. You're going to start to have belief in yourself that you can actually complete something and finish it and get results that serve you, right? This is your journey. You don't have to do anything. You get to show up to it. So if you've been telling yourself, I need to get up earlier, instead, I want to get up earlier. I want to have that time for myself. I want to push play on my workout. Not necessarily because I'm excited about it. You could follow it up with that little disclaimer if it makes you feel better, but I want the satisfaction of knowing that I can do it. I want to begin and I want to finish something. And so I'm going to take the action and I'm going to do it. And if I don't believe in myself, you're going to borrow my belief. You're going to borrow my belief. I did not become a coach because I want to sell all these things. I became a coach because I did these things and they changed my life. I went all in with PiYo and I drank my Shakeology with the full intention of returning my empty bag to get all my money back. I bought my Shakeology off of eBay for a while because it was cheap and I didn't have a coach to help me figure this shit out. And I made it happen. I figured out a way to show up for it. And I'm not saying you need to be me, but I became a coach because I know these things work and I know they changed my own life. And I know how good I feel when I'm engaged with my journey and when I'm actually showing up to a program that does bring me joy. Because there is a difference. There is a huge difference in your personal development, in your nutrition journey, and showing up to workouts like there. And we all go through seasons. It's totally normal. So if you're in a bit of a slump, then you need to take yourself back a second and ask yourself, what is your why? And what's really important to you right now? Do you really need a transformation, or do you need to fall back in love with the journey? Do you need to find the joy in showing up? Do you need to get that sense of accomplishment? I'm doing this hybrid calendar right now. Transform 20 and Lift 4. And today is day 4. And last night I had some foods that I knew as I was putting them in my mouth, I wasn't going to feel good today. I knew the scale would jump. I knew I would be bloated. I knew my body would ache, but I still did it anyway because # ice cream and brownies, like I love them. I woke up this morning and I put on my clothes, and if you've been here for a while and you've been doing different programs, experimenting with different trainers, when you just hit that like sweet spot where it's not like you're, gonna go be in the middle of Sports Illustrated, but you're like, I feel really good. I feel good. I feel strong. I feel proud. I feel good. And some programs in different seasons are going to hit that sweet spot for you. They are going to scratch the itch, and they're going to be really freaking hard probably, but you're going to have this sense of accomplishment. So I'm asking you, if you haven't found that yet, to keep going and keep trying things, keep rerouting, keep realigning. It's not quitting to put something back that isn't serving you. That is you being a human that is like aware of your journey and okay to, I'm not even gonna say fail, but that's kind of what it is. It's kind of failing forward, like figuring out what you need in this moment and being okay with it. It doesn't need to look like everyone else's. You don't have to be on this like same action plan that we're all doing, right? But today I was like, I did 2 rounds of job 1, which I loved, recommend, felt really good in it. But going back to Transform 20, my back hurts today. So I have to modify today and listen to my body. But I was like, yeah. The point is, if you have been telling yourself, I need to, I should, I have to, I really blah, blah, blah. If it's coming from a place of guilt, shame, behind, lack, not enough, your journey is gonna suck. And it's gonna feel harder than it needs to, and it's gonna take you longer, and you're going to bleed out all of the joy. And I don't want that for you. I want you to find the fun. I want you to get the momentum. I want you to collect all your wins every single freaking day so that you are, in fact, you're finding your proof that you can do this and you are capable of it and you are worthy. You do deserve this. So take the freaking action. And that requires some pivots. It requires us to change our words, and it requires us to constantly be gut checking. I've been on my journey for so long, and yet that podcast I listened to today, it really resonated. It hit me in the gut because I have been saying on repeat, I need to do this. I should do that. I have to message that person. I need to follow up here. I need to do that. I got to get back on track with that. And it's just like all these little things that don't feel good. So then I'm showing up to it with an energy that's just kind of like, let's check a box. Instead of, I get to show up. I get to do this. I deserve to feel good. I desire to move my journey along. I love what I do. I get to share that with others. I get to be part of your journeys, and you get to be part of mine, and we get to have this big kumbaya moment. And today is Thursday, which means in Beachbody land, if you're a coach that's actively sharing and actively helping and actively serving, you're making money. I haven't looked in my office. I don't know what I've made because it's not even really that important in this moment. To know I'm making a difference, and to know, most importantly, to be really honest with you, that it feels good for me right now, that's what I want. That's what I want. If you can figure out how to harness it feeling good, and you feeling proud, and you getting to show up to your journey, and you getting to spend time in the morning before your kids are awake and do the personal development that hits you in the gut, it's not about how quickly you can get through it. It's not about the quantity. It's about getting those little nuggets that Jesus wants you to have, that Jesus needs you to hear, that like you are meant for, because we're all here for different purposes, and we're all supposed to be making an impact. Supposed to feels like a bad word, right? But it's not about should, okay? So if you're feeling all shouldy and behind, I'm asking you to edit the way you're showing up to it and edit the words you're saying to yourself. And I'm telling you, it will be a constant work in progress, especially if you're new to this. Rewiring the thoughts that you think and the things that you say, it takes you being mindful and actually hitting the backspace button. The word will come out of your mouth, the word will come out of your head, and you're gonna have to say, I don't have to do this. I choose to do it. I get to move my body. I am able to drink some water. Find the gratitude around it, and the entire energy of your journey will completely transform. So, should, need, have to, kick them off the bus. They're not serving you. It's not going to get you to your destination any faster. I want you to find the fun. I want you to find the joy. I want you to do it because it feels good. And I want you to do it on the days you don't necessarily want to, but you believe enough in your journey, in your promise, in your transformation, that you take the forward action and you do the next right thing. Not what you think you should do or what you have to do, but what you get to do and what you are blessed to do and what you are able to do. Total energy shifter, right? Right. All right, my friends, I believe in you. If you don't believe in yourself, you can borrow some of my belief. We all go through those seasons where things feel hard. It's just part of being a human, right? But you are worthy of the effort, and you can completely 100% do this. Mary Beth says, I know what it feels like to not work out for a day or two, and it's harder to start again than keep going. It so is. It really is. It really is. So just keep the forward momentum. You guys, you don't have to do like start to finish, especially if you're new, especially if it feels really hard, especially if you're recovering from the Rona or your kids have been sick or you're not sleeping well. But I can tell you this journey is a psychological one. As much of it is a physical one, an endorphins one, like you making that promise and commitment to yourself and then keeping it and touching it every single day, total game changer. So make that promise to yourself. If you're start stopping, say, I will do something every single day. And then I'm going to highlight reel the shit out of it. And I'm going to highlight it and I'm going to be proud of it. I did squats before I got into bed. Or I did some ab work. Or I did a little bit of yoga. Like you don't have to do 30 minutes, 40 minutes. You don't have to do an entire program. You can go off of your workout calendar and still continue to win at your journey. Because this is your journey. You are not something out of a magazine. You are not out of a textbook. It's going to need to be authentic to you. And that means in different days, different seasons, different weeks, you need more and sometimes you need less. And the win comes when you're willing to just be okay with touching it. It doesn't always have to be a winner. You touching it is still you winning. Okay? Okay. So if you're in the middle of the move, some of you, your life is completely sideways, you're still showing up. So how can you highlight your journey? I packed a bunch of boxes. I walked a bunch of stairs. I did some squats. I was really conscientious about my water. I listened to a podcast. I'm not asking you to like drown yourself in personal development, but touch all the areas of your journey. Do a little bit of mindset work. Do some gratitude. Move your body. Drink your water. Okay? Okay, it all adds up. That's what gets you going. That's what gets your momentum. And that's what helps build your belief. If you need anything, I'm going to be in my inbox here shortly. And then I think I'm going to work out again because I just did a little bit of yoga earlier because I listened to my body. Doesn't mean I'm behind. Doesn't mean I failed. Doesn't mean I have to work out or I need to work out or I should. I get to. So I'm going to do that. And I'm asking you to do the same.